my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker tonight. Mark McNamara is a former professional basketball player who was selected by the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round of the 1982 NBA draft, 22nd overall. He's a 6'11" forward center from the University of California, and he played 8 NBA seasons from 82 to 85 and from 86 to 91. He played for the 76ers, San Antonio Spurs, Kansas City Kings, Los Angeles Lakers, and Orlando Magic. Those are great feats. But truthfully, I think we are so lucky to have him in our community. I think I speak for all of us to say that Mark has been a very profound influence on our community, and both as a mentor to our coaches and to our students. He is an impassioned advocate for our basketball, volleyball teams, for all of our sports and activities. And it is a great pleasure for me to introduce to you Mark McNamara.
Discrimination equals a lawsuit. Okay, I've got to read you a text. I've got health issues, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, but I accepted because I love these kids. But then the threats started coming. I just want to read you one. I got just before I walked in the building. This is true. It's from Austin Badger's dad. You better have your A game going tonight because it's my baby's big night. I expect his name mentioned no less than 3 times. With words like character, leadership, and lady killer. No, really the reason they asked me is I promised to say Gold Rush, Alaska, starring Parker Schnabel. Discovery Channel 278. Hey Parker, I thought you were tired of those boots. You think I need these notes, Parker? Sometimes I get short of breath, so I can fake like I'm looking at my notes to buy me a little time. Good luck, bad luck. In 1993, I came to Alaska with a group of ex-professional athletes to raise money for bush communities, and I fell in love with the place. The wildness reminded me of my youth, and I promised myself that I'd move here someday. But by 1996, my NBA coaching and scouting career was on the quick rise up after a number of struggling years. But I fell sick, bad luck. I got pneumonia 3 times in 1 year. The doctor said, we have no idea what's wrong with you, but if you keep working, you'll be dead in a month. I said, okay, I'm going to stop working. So I moved to a little cabin in the Sierras. I knew I couldn't live that California beach lifestyle anymore. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. What a great luck to me. I ended up back to what I'd known as a youth, living outdoors, breathing it in, a country lifestyle. But by 2004, the health continued to drop. So I started to get nervous about my time and my ability to come to Alaska. So I said, it's time to load up the truck and move to Haines. I picked Haines because it's the mountains and the sea come together, and that's what I knew. When I got up here, with a couple of buddies of mine, we were staying at Chilkat State Park, and after 3 weeks, they said, dude, you need a shower. So I drove into town looking for a laundromat, and I saw a kid with a basketball. And the light bulb went off. It turned out to be a kid named Jacob. And I said, hey, young fella, is there an open gym? And he pointed to the school. And that was my first connection to this school. So I drove over here, and an open gym was going on. It was packed. And there was a young guy in here, Will Leagoff, from the town. And I asked him who he was working with. He's a very talented, raw young athlete. And he said no one. So I offered my help. And we started to come to the gym and work out. So that was my first connection to this building and this amazing gymnasium. Then a weird thing happened. Everywhere I went in town, and I didn't come to town that often, this lady just came out of nowhere. Boom! Whoa, she's stalking me. And she kept asking me to coach the team. And I said, to be honest with you, ma'am, if I was healthy enough, I'd be coaching in the NBA right now. She wouldn't go away where I went. The library, the post office, and it turned out to be Ann Foster. And she said her husband was going to take the job because their son was going to be on the team. And so I said, if he listens, I'll help him. And there we go. That was my big first start. And I worked with all those kids, especially their son Kyle Foster, who's a fabulous person and an amazing basketball player. And he had an amazing career here. He brought you great pride and continues to do so, as far as I understand. I think he's living in Anchorage, right? Selling weed or something up there? I'm sorry, no. Kyle, I swear to God, I'd take Kyle as a son in a second if the Fosters had let me have it. I know they never would. But I worked with him. I worked with a bunch of kids. I continue to, just be involved, and it spread to the volleyball teams. I talk to kids about DDF, which I'm very interested in. I'm as connected to basketball as I am to snowboarding. I love all these things. And what happened was I found that my giving ended up coming back to me more than the other way around. The more I gave to these kids, the more that I got. The other night, Leanna and Stuart both got choked up at the awards menu for athletics. And boy, I can understand, I can really feel the same thing. The connection and the level of what you get back and how much it means to you. So I'll tell you a little, I don't know if it's a poem or I'm not really sure where it comes from, Gandhi or Buddha or Mr. Byers. Somewhat wise and deep. I dreamed that life was glorious and full of contentment and beautiful. I woke and I realized that life was work and service to others. So I served others and I realized that was beautiful and contentful and amazing. And that's what happened to me here. To be honest with you, I'm a basketball snob. I only wanted to coach in the pros. I turned down a number of high-level D1, Division I NCAA basketball jobs because I didn't want to deal with recruiting. I didn't want to deal with parents. And the last thing on earth I dreamed of, after just a couple of years earlier, working with Shaquille O'Neal on some really fancy moves and stuff, was trying to teach Devin how to make a layup. And I love you too, Devin, And Devin made a layup in the state championship that helped us win the game. Right on. Parker Schnall used to come to the coaches after every practice starting from his freshman year. This is kind of forced service, and shake our hands and thank us. And after a tough practice, after we've been riding, it was tough. And he had this crunched up face, and it was hard to do, but he did it. And now he's a better man for it. And he stuck with the program even though it didn't exactly turn out to be everything that we wanted. All of us run into that same kind of situation. But he's finished it, and he's learned how to work with other people. He's learned how to be on a team. He's learned how to envision what it means to be a leader by being a follower. And I hope that helps him in his future. So I guess I'll get you kind of the crux of the matter and try to bring this all together, the good luck, bad luck story. A man had a son in a village, and his son grew up to be the most amazingly strong, powerful, and intelligent guy. He qualified for the big competition in the state capitol. This was a long time ago. So he went off to the capitol, and during the award ceremony, the stage collapsed. He broke his leg badly. Everyone told him, the father, what bad luck. What bad luck that your son had to be the kid who went there. So they brought him home, and the next day war broke out. And the military came to him and said, every young man in the village has come with us to war. But he didn't go because his leg was broken. And everyone in the village told him, what good luck that your son has a broken leg and doesn't have to go to war. And that's life, and that's what you guys are facing ahead of you. Life's going to throw you a lot of curveballs, good and bad. And it's how you react to them is what and where you end up as far as you choose. Sometimes you just got to have to stick with this. Sometimes it forces a change. Look, I'll be honest with you. I've had a lot of curveballs thrown at me. I'm a basketball snob, but I was far from a great player in the pros. I was probably not even a good player most of the time. But I stuck with it. And I'm proud of that for myself. Because a lot of things happen to me, and a lot of things will happen to you. And maybe it'll completely change your direction. Maybe it's today, snowboarding, tomorrow, broken leg, and something else. You know, I've had girlfriends break up, and I'm not going to lie to you, I cried like a baby. I'm not kidding. But you know what? It always worked out for the best. Things happen and we think it's the end of the world, but usually it's the start of a new world. And you guys are going to be out a little bit less out of that protective shield, and you're going to be running into these things head on. And it's what makes life exciting. How many of you kids have heard the Michael Jordan story? You guys want to hear it again? Do you mind? This story kind of surmises the good luck, bad luck thing. Second year at the end of my NBA basketball career, I hurt my back. Within a year, I was out of the league. Most players never got back in those days. So I ended up going overseas to play in Italy. What bad luck, first of all, to hurt your back. But what great luck to end up in Italy. One of the most favorite things I've ever done in my life was to live there. It was fabulous, unbelievable. So the next year I started in Spain, and that was fabulous too, but bad luck has it, I got typhoid fever. Don't worry about it. We'll talk later. So I got typhoid fever in Spain and had to come home. But my good luck has it that the 76ers had an opening. And so they flew me back in a rush. They needed a big guy. They were playing the Chicago Bulls that night. I didn't know what their plays were. They had a lot of new players that I didn't know. The coach said, don't worry, just sit on the bench and listen to one of the big guys, and they'll teach you the plays during the game. You won't play. So Michael Jordan was lighting us up. I mean, he dropped 56 points in this game, which in basketball, if you're not a fan, is a lot. There was like 23,000 people in the stadium. What do we got here, 700? So I'm sitting there, this is cool. I'm totally relaxed, I don't have to play. But as time goes on, each one of the big guys gets more and more fouls. So our starting center fouls out. With 30 seconds to go in the game and it's tied, the backup center fouls out. So now, the coach says, Mark, get in there, just run by the bench, I'll tell you what the play is. I'd be lying to you if I told you, oh, this is my opportunity I've been waiting for. I did not want to go in. I was scared to death. So Michael Jordan came down with 30 seconds to go. He shoots. He misses, and the ball comes right to me. And I just wanted to get rid of it. So I pass it to Maurice Cheeks, our guard. Everyone's running. I'm totally stiff. I've been sitting on the bench. And I'm the slowest guy in the NBA to start with. That's the truth. So they start going down, everybody, and Michael Jordan steals the ball from our guy. So I'm about where Devin's sitting right there, and here comes Michael Jordan, just me and him. There's about 10 seconds to go in the game. He beats the fastest guys in the NBA all the time. Even when they double team him. I just said, I'm going to foul him. That's all I can do. So he comes up to me like a snake. He starts like, his body's here, and then whoosh, he was by me. I didn't even touch him. But the ball was in my hands. And I have no idea why. I look up, and everybody has run back except big old lazy Charles Barkley. He's still down there. I throw it to him, he thunder dunks it, the place goes crazy, we win the game. As we used to say in the NBA, it's better to be lucky than good. If I could add one thing for you guys, pick a philosophy. Think about what's right for you and what you think's good. And make that your character. And live by it no matter what good and bad luck occurs in your life. Thank you again for the gift that you guys have given me. And so, I wish you good luck with that.